Hey TV fans, Board now back with you. On this video I'm going to be talking about The Last of Us Season 2 Episode 4. The episode is called Day 1. Full spoilers from the start of this review as always. Yes, I'm nearly caught up on The Last of Us Season 2. So the Day 1 of the title is all about Ellie and Dina's first day in Seattle. I'll get to that a bit later, but this is a fantastic episode. It may be the best of the season. I think it's a fight between this one and episode 2. Two quite different episodes, but really great episodes also. But I'll start off with some more of the Jeffrey Wright stuff and the different factions which they're building up in this world now. Because we start with a backstory about Jeffrey Wright's character and how he became part of this fringe rebellion type faction. Because we find out that he is ex-military. We open with a scene where he's with this group of younger cadets, and they're in a tank going out on a thing, and there's this whole vibe of the cadets not taking things very seriously, mocking the people on the street, the infected, and there's this thing where the Jeffrey Wright character picks them up on the use of the term voters, and he points out this is just something which they've been labelled with to not take them seriously, to just discard them as that's them, we're us, we're above them, that kind of thing, almost as a power type thing. But these guys are being very sort of cocky, and he's much more experienced and wily, and he's become very cynical and bitter about the whole way things have gone, and these sort of youngsters not really helping that. And then later on we see him come face to face with a leader of a rebellious faction, and because the Jeffrey Wright character makes the choice not to kill her, she has this line about welcome to the fight. So it's just a quick little insight into how he got to the point he was at. And it does a solid job of showing that he was already having thoughts of questioning whether he was part of the good fight or not. So in the episode we are introduced to this religious faction who have got their own agenda, and in a very uncomfortable torture scene the Jeffrey Wright character is torturing one of their members to try and get information, to try and find out when the next attack will be. So we've got a couple of different factions, including, 3 if you include Abby's, who's at play in Seattle. So Jeffrey Wright has this character in the kitchen and he's torturing him. And the guy keeps preaching about about what they're going to do and about God and all the rest of it. And there's an interesting cut to the outside of the room with the other 2 characters who are standing guard. And fittingly enough, Isaacs is the name of the Jeffrey Wright character. We sort of see that at least one of them is drinking the Kool-Aid, because he's very much, this is his plan, we trust in Isaacs. And we hear the torture from the inside, so it's a very graphic, very well done scene. And it sets all this up, so even though we don't get that much of him in the episode, this definitely does a good job of showing that the Jeffrey Wright character, that he will go to extremes to get what he wants, that he firmly believes he is doing the right thing. But we also get the flaws. We can see where he's coming from. but his actions are so extreme that we can see that's illustrated very nicely as well and very powerfully. And again, it's another great guest star to have in this season, Jeffrey Wright. So hopefully we will be getting more of him. So this stuff was well done. But Ellie and Dina, their stuff in this episode is just wonderful. It's more than ever, it shows that they are one of the best ships of the year, and that having their relationship bounce back and forth, and just some of the stuff we see between them in this episode as they get to Seattle, it's just gonna be the bedrock now for the rest of this season. And it is very important because there's been some question marks about Bella Ramsey. Can she lead a show now that Pedro Pascal is gone? He, chances are, will pop up in some flashbacks, but for the most part he is gone, and they were such a big part of season 1. So big question mark. People, I think it's a little harsh, people saying she's wooden. She's certainly limited. I think she doesn't quite have the range of that Pedro Pascal has, or that maybe other actors has, and certainly not the range to carry a show. But I still think she's a good actress. I still think she's perfect in the part of Ellie. And so what they've done, which is quite clever, is by giving Dina this extended role, by making her almost the co-lead, and her, this comes from the games obviously, but this is why it's works, and this is why they had to cast the Dina actress so well. And they do, and they have great chemistry, and if they didn't, this wouldn't work. So as co-leads, I think they very much work. They just gel for reasons I've said elsewhere. So we follow their journey again in this episode. I love them camping out and the intimate conversations about what happened in the past, and just how awkward they are as Ellie obviously is fighting not to admit her feelings. Then you get the whole scene at the record store. They come across this abandoned record store and they start shifting through the shelves, checking it out. And again, we see how music has become an important part of Ellie's life, how it was a big connection between her and Joel in the first season. We find out as gave her guitar lessons before he died. And you can imagine as well, like, music very important in this post-apocalyptic world where for the large part you are living in squalor, you are living in probably quite muted silence. So it makes a lot of sense. And of course, one thing people have been commenting on is Ellie's beautiful cover of Aha's Take On Me. So she picks up the guitar at one point, we get an acoustic cover of that. Dina walks in, it's all very intimate, all very romantic, and like, Bella Ramsey does a great job in the scene. But what I would say about it is it gives you a very different flavour, a very different feel to what is obviously a massive pop hit, which a lot of people are going to know. And I really like when it takes a song like that and it just gives it a different feel. Like, it just, suddenly the lyrics stand out, suddenly the lyrics take on like a life of their own and a whole different meaning. Because I think one of the things about the scene and the way they use the song is it's almost like the lyrics are highlighting new life and new possibilities and all the rest of it. So I think within this world, it's almost saying we can start afresh, we can build back up and build the world again and start again. But it's also about blossoming relationships, and the one that Ellie and Dina have. So it's a standout scene. It's just beautiful, and it's also poignant because of the link to Joel, because he taught her how to play guitar, and so it's sort of fitting, the whole message. Then she's moving on from Joel and starting afresh with Dina, and they can start afresh as well. And also, as I've said before, Dina as the leader, as maybe a bit more of a thinking person than Ellie. That once again comes across in this episode because of the scene where she figures out that they've got a flag up as in the other group, and it's almost like a signpost. So why would they do that if, it's the middle of the day? Why wouldn't they do that if it's not a trap? Clearly they're waiting for us. So she says we should wait till night for there's little moments of humour in the episode as well that I appreciate. So the scene with the pride flag, and it's just so ironic, of course, that these two, they are gay, they're bisexual, I think, in Dina's case, but it's so perfect. Then they don't know what the what the rainbow flag means, so they come across it, and Dina's like, why is it rainbow? And Ellie's like, well, maybe it's just a town of optimists. And I really love that bit of comedy, but it's so fitting that these two don't actually know what that symbol means. So later on, we do get a big sort of attack of like creatures coming after Ellie and Dina. And it's a massive episode because of what this leads to, which is Dina finding out that Ellie is a moon. Because as things transpire, you get some great tension again. I love the visual of them being pinned against the turnstiles at one point. That was a smart choice. You've got the infrared as well, lighting, which is another fun choice. And Ellie helps Dina escape from the turnstile, like finally pulls her through. It's a very physical scene, but she does get bitten and seemingly affected. So after they've made their escape and they're in the clear, Dina pulls a gun on her because she thinks she's infected. And this is great interaction and chemistry between the two actors, the way they react off each other in this scene. And the actress playing Dina shows great raw emotion, and it sells it in the scene that she's deadly serious. She's going to kill Ellie, and of course Ellie has to convince her that I'm immune, I can't be killed. And the way the whole scene plays out is just so perfect, because Ellie comes up with this theme where, okay, let's separate, and I'll go to sleep on my own over here, and you go to sleep here, but you've got the gun, so if I do wake up and I'm a zombie, I'm infected, you can kill me. So she sets it up as that, and finally talks Dina into doing that. And there's even like a little tease when they do wake up later, then, because Ellie is shaking, and she's just convincing her, no, it's me waking up, I'm not infected. And yeah, Dina just figuring out that, oh my god, she is telling the truth. And finally Ellie gets her to trust her. They have another intimate conversation, and it becomes this thing of, well, I've revealed a secret to you, now reveal a secret to me. And the big secret that Dina has is that she's pregnant. And I love just their conversations about, well, are you sure? How do you know? And just again, them having to figure out things like this, which under normal circumstances most people know about. And Dina says, yeah, I was starting to get sick, and I had some idea about some of the symptoms. And then Ellie thinks that it could be Jesse's. And Dina says, yeah, Jesse's a great guy, but, he's not the one. He can't be a father. So, and this goes to the whole bit which has driven one half of the internet crazy dumbasses basically, but there you go. and Ellie says, okay, we're a couple and I'm a daddy, which is a brilliant line. It's so good, so cheeky, and it's just so in character for Ellie. And they make love for the first time, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's a great way to end the episode. And yeah, I'm so sold on this relationship. They have great chemistry. Both actresses bring something different to their parts, and that's why the dynamic works so well. And this episode is just packed full of great drama, great moments, great scenes. The take on me, Ellie's cover of that, probably is one of the best moments of The Last of Us so far as a show. So there you have it. Really good episode. And after a slightly more fair episode last time, things are getting back on track. So that's The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 4. Day 1. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe as always. Cheer me out, guys. You can also support me as a channel member for a range of perks. I'll post the membership link in the description. But yeah, keep watching TV, keep watching movies also. I cover movies on the channel too. And I'll see you guys again soon. Goodbye.
To say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. I'll be coming for you, love, okay? Take on me. Take needless to say, I'm odds and ends, but I'll be stumbling away, slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Take I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying. Come on. Okay. Shying away. for your love, okay? Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. So needless to say, I'm odds and ends, but I'll be stumbling away, slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. In a day or two.
You've gotten pretty good.
Thanks. All those lessons from Joel.
He taught you well.